Hey, Kyle here. If we haven't met yet, I'm the secretary for the Hazel, Dell, Salmon Creek Business Association and the lead pastor of Generations Church. As part of our initiative to support local businesses during this time, we have started sitting down with local business owners and operators to hear their stories, listen to what they are learning during this season, and to get their feedback on how the community can best support them during this time. In today's interview, I sit down with Sarah Daniels, one of the owners and operators of Doughboys Pizza in Salmon Creek. And we had a great conversation, laughing and hearing about what it's like to navigate this uncertain time. But what was really cool and my main takeaway from the interview was how the community is rallying around Doughboys Pizza and supporting them. You all are doing an incredible job. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the interview so you can hear that from Sarah firsthand. I'm sitting down with Sarah Daniels. My name is Kyle Davies. I'm the lead pastor of Generations Church and the secretary for the Hazel, Dell, Salmon Creek Business Association. And I am so excited to sit down with Sarah today. So Sarah, why don't you just introduce yourself to everyone? Tell them what you do and what business you're a part of.
Okay, great. First, I want to say that we appreciate the opportunity to interview with you. So my name's Sarah. I'm one of three owners of Doughboys Pizza located here in Salmon Creek. My husband and my brother-in-law are my other business partners. We're locally owned, veteran-owned, family-operated. We serve by the slice, whole pies, 14-inch breadsticks, wings, salads. I mean, the list goes on. We have more than 22 specialty pizzas. I think actually we might be up to 25. Now we just added a buffalo chicken and a chicken bacon ranch. So I think we're actually up to like 25 at this point. We like
that's awesome.
So it's always changing.
Yes. And we're around lunchtime, so that's just making me hungry right now. It's like we're excited about you guys and what you're doing. So tell us, you said, veteran owned, operated. Tell me a little bit about what your connections are with military.
Yeah. So my husband was in the Army a few years ago now. I guess time is really flying by. It always feels like a couple years. It might be more like 5 or 6 at this point. So my husband was in the Army. We were stationed at J-Bear, Alaska. So that's a joint base up there. Then my other business partner, my brother-in-law, he was in the Air Force and happened to be stationed at the exact same base before he went on to Hawaii. So that is our military background, being veteran owned there.
So how did you guys come together then to start Doughboys Pizza?
Yeah. So after my husband and my brother-in-law were honorably discharged from the Army in the Air Force, we moved back to the Northwest, which is where I was born and raised. And we just wanted to start building a foundation for our families and find something fun to do. And so we just kind of stumbled across this pizza place that was for sale that actually was in our neighborhood, and we were like, well, this is cool. So we just went for it, and that's the background. My brother-in-law, he had worked for a chain pizza restaurant before he joined the Air Force, so he had a little bit of knowledge there, and we've just learned so much through the process, and we're just having a lot of fun.
Well, let's continue that. I mean, what have you guys learned through this process? What are you learning in the midst of this season right now?
Yeah. So, first and foremost, I think the coolest part is how much people out here support their small businesses, or at least that's what we're feeling at our restaurant. I think there's a lot of pride in supporting a small business. Absolutely needing to be able to adapt, and I mean on the fly. As you guys know, and the community is learning that one day you're going to school and the next day you're not, and the next day you can walk into a grocery store without a mask on, and the next day you need one. I mean, it's just, you have to adapt. And So we're learning to do that. It's definitely challenging us, but it's working out. It's going fine. But again, the biggest thing I think is how much our community supports us is huge, and what the thing that we've seen the most.
That's incredible. So you guys have really felt that like the community has rallied around you guys during this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've even, to just kind of elaborate on that, we've had a lot of other business owners reach out, both a lot of brokers, real estate agents. Real Living just purchased 50 pizzas from us to feed 200 to 300 people at Southwest Washington or Peace Health.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's just incredible to me. And they're making a point to find small businesses to help support and also to support our essential workers. So
that's incredible. Like I love hearing that. And
yeah.
So in the middle of this kind of COVID-19 situation, you're seeing the support, you're seeing people rally around you. How else is this season affecting you guys as owners and as a business?
Yeah, so there's definitely some challenges as far as like we try to employ a lot of from local high schools. A lot of them, we hire a lot of the students that go to Skyview and River mainly, some Richfield as well. And some of them are high risk. And so, I mean, drop of a dime, they just couldn't come into work, which we absolutely support. But then you're down employees and you have to have people pick up hours, and you're just trying to figure that side of it out. Finding ingredients has been huge. I mean, you can go to Restaurant Depot or wherever you shop and grab tons of flour one day, and the very next day, you won't see it, and they'll say there's not a shipment coming in until next week, maybe. So things like flour, yeast, just the things that really keep us restaurants in business, or I guess more pizza restaurants in business, as far as making, needing flour, yeast, salt, cornmeal, those things we really rely on. So, and if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be able to keep my doors open.
Yeah. So how are you guys kind of coping with that uncertainty? How are you navigating through that scene as business owners?
I mean, you just hustle, I guess. I mean, you have to just grind and find what you can, make whatever you can work.
Yeah.
And then as far as the community goes and their help and their involvement, they've been super supportive, and it's just been really awesome. So we just hope that the support continues.
Okay.
And it's really week to week at this point. I mean, who's to say that they're not going to close us down, next week? I don't think we're headed that direction, but point being, like, it's day to day. So
awesome. Well, let's continue that and say how can kind of local people, this local community, continue to support Doughboys Pizza during the season?
So for us, I think the biggest thing for a lot of restaurants is word of mouth. A lot of people base, if they're going to stop in, on reviews and word of mouth. Stop in, if you would leave us a review on Facebook or gift cards. I know that it definitely just depends for like barbershops, hair salons. I've seen some of them putting together things like beauty boxes, and they're just getting creative with ways to support them. So I would say probably shout outs, reviews, word of mouth, just let somebody know that you stopped in. If they sell gift cards, buy gift cards. Merchandise, hands-on right now with people being closed down. But I mean, just reach out, call them or email them and say, how can I help you today? I know for a lot of the salons, they are more than happy to sell gift cards for a future service. So I think that's huge, and you just have to be creative with how you can encourage your customers to help you.
How can we reach you guys? How can we place orders? What's a way we can buy some of those pizzas and more?
Yeah. So There's a couple of different ways. We're both on DoorDash and Uber Eats platform. Although we highly encourage for you to go through our website, which is www.doughboysvancouver.com. And you place orders through our online platform, which is ran by Menufy. You can give us a call at 360-448-7472. And place your orders that way. We've opened up curbside pickup as well for customers that don't want to come into the restaurant. So they can just place their order. They can pay online. We are not taking cash right now just to limit exposure for our staff. So you can pay online and then call when you get there and they'll bring your pizza out to you and on your way you go. So we've, like I said, you just had to be creative with what makes the community more comfortable, to encourages them to still stop in. So we've opened up as much as we can.
I love hearing that you've already got a great community support, and we want that to continue. Yeah. So if you are watching this on Facebook, online in any ways, stop in, place some orders online, do the curbside pickup. We want to continue to support our local business owners. And it's a family that you guys live right here in the community. So
yes, all the support we can get, we really appreciate and are super grateful for.
Wow, that was some incredible news shared by Sarah at Doughboys Pizza about how the local community is rallying around them during this time. And what was cool is Doughboys wants to continue to give back as well.
Has any contacts of family that's struggling right now, a veteran that, I know that they rely on being able to go to the local Legion halls or to meet up with their friends. And so they may be really struggling right now. And if there's somebody that we can drop off a couple pizzas to and put a smile on their face and just let them know someone's thinking of them, we would absolutely be honored to personally deliver some pizza to somebody in need out there.
So if you know of a veteran in need who's really struggling but would like a meal, go to doughboysvancouver.com and you can contact them and let them know about this veteran in need, and they would love to support that family, that veteran, with a free pizza, no cost to them. Go support Doughboys Pizza this week. Use the hashtag Doughboys Vancouver, hashtag GenChurchWA, and also hashtag support Van Wa. We can't wait to see your pictures about how you are supporting local businesses during this season.